Yeah.
And the other really big piece of content here in the announcement is this what's it called? A Bilgewater PvE mode,
Yeah.
which is an expansion of the it's an expansion upon Lab of Legends, and you know, both you and I, Saucy, have played Slay the Spire. This looks a lot like a Slay the
Yeah.
Spire.
Yeah, it's really cool. So what basically how it works is you start with either Tom Kench, Twisted Fate, or Misfortune, and you
Hmm.
go through a series. There's like there's a map. You start,
Yep.
somewhere, and you move along. The battles seem like they take place similar to Lab of Legends, but you get to
Hmm.
pick different opponents. So like you kill one, and it'll fork off in a couple directions. So you pick a new one, and
Hmm.
then it leads up to you level up, which
The
gives you new
Saltwater
passive
Scourge.
abilities. You get new cards, blah blah blah, but then you go up against Gangplank as the final boss.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like it's still keeping the core of the Lab of Legends experience where you're, you know, going through a bunch of different levels, expanding upon your deck, and then beating a boss. But this feels way more like customized. We're like Lab of
Yeah,
Legends, love Lab of Legends, still do. I mean, I've literally anytime I take a little bit of a break or like I'm like, okay, I'm done with ranked for right
yeah,
now. I'm jamming some Lab of Legends. Love playing it. This feels like it's way expanded upon that. Like
yeah.
feels like
It,
there's actual like replayability, like
That's the
legitimate
thing, exactly.
replayability.
Like the Lab of Legends is cool. There's replayability in the sense that you can play the harder modes. All the champions have different decks, obviously,
Yeah.
so they do play differently. But it's a set, linear progression of who you're
Hmm.
playing against enemies wise. Whereas this, it's not quite as linear. It's linear in the fact that it gets more difficult, but there's
Yeah.
different enemies and challenges that you can face.
Hmm.
So you can tune your deck to like do better against one archetype versus other
Yeah.
things, and it's a very, very cool, and it's looking at the map that they showed on the video, it looks huge. Like it looks quite big.
Yeah. It's I think it's actually in the same document. I think if we scroll down a little bit, there's a screenshot
Mhm.
of the map there. But yeah, it's like a bunch of nodes on the map. It's pretty crazy. Super excited to see that. And I think Saucy, it, it's coming out tomorrow for us, which means if you're listening to this in podcast world, it's out now.
Yeah. According to the Play Runeterra news site, it's going live with this most recent patch on Wednesday, the 28th. And so, yeah, I'll be playing a lot of it because it's really, really cool. I mean, it's like Slay the Spire. These deck building roguelikes are some of my favorite games in the
Yeah.
world. So it's right up my alley and stuff that I like to play.
Yeah, and this is just, I mean, they said that like this is just like the tip of the iceberg. This is just the beginning. And it's like, wait, this is the beginning?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Don't
Well,
mind if I do.
what's cool, we've talked about it before. Like they have a full team dedicated to Lab of Legends now. So like developing PvE content or solo content is
Hmm.
a priority for Riot Games, which is very exciting because when you think Riot Games, you always think the PvP competitive games.
Yeah.
They're known for League of Legends, the thing that's
Yeah.
propelled them as a company. So it's cool seeing these, them taking it seriously, these
Hmm.
PvE modes. It's really, really cool. I want more co-op PvE content because that
Yes.
stuff's super fun. Like if you could jump in here and like pick you and a friend and go through this map, which it could come. Like they said, this is
Yeah.
the very start. So I love it. This kind of stuff is super exciting to me.
Hmm. Yeah. Super awesome. We also got to see our good friend and friend of the podcast, Umbridge, back on camera, which was nice. Good to
Yeah.
see him. He's cut his hair since we last talked to
Yes,
him.
he has.
Um, which is all it's just good to see him. I think he's coming back. I think he's still on paternity leave. I think he's coming back. I think next month. I think he said
Something
on
like that.
Twitter. But
All right, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel. We record episodes live every Tuesday right here and on Twitch. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more Rune Terrible content and ring the bell for notifications when our videos go live. See you next Tuesday.